What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate the love and support. If you are new to the channel, my name is Fadi. This is BoostITFORward, basically where my buddy and I, Pablo, go out. We race a bunch of cars on the streets of Mexico. I come back, I upload the video for your viewing pleasure, and we talk about the races. So on today's episode, Pablo got to run two cars. The first car was a 2016 Nissan GTR, and the second car was a very fast Corvette C7. Now, the GTR was a very interesting race to me because we sit very similarly. Basically, we both are six-cylinder cars. We both have dual clutch transmissions. We both are all-wheel drive. We both have upgraded turbos with all the bolt-ons and so on. So we're very similar in parts, but he makes a little bit more horsepower than I do. He's about 790 wheel horsepower. He was on his kill setting, and I was on pump gas making about 720 wheel horsepower. So I have the advantage in the weight department, being that the 911 Turbo S is a little bit lighter, maybe about 200 to 250 pounds lighter, but he has the advantage in power since he was making about 80 more wheel horsepower than me. So given the stats of the cars, I thought they were going to be very, very close on the streets of Mexico, but it turned out that they weren't as close as I thought. Here's the footage. Yeah, so they weren't as close as I thought. You know, I have a suspicion as to why they weren't as close as they should have been, but I am going to keep my mouth shut. Moving on. But let me tell you guys what's really funny about this race, all right? You're about to get a good laugh. So after the race, we pull over to the side, and he comes out of the car, and he was like, "Man, I really wanted to beat you. I made a sign for you." I'm like, "You made a... What are you talking about?" He goes in the car and he pulls out a sell it sign. He was expecting to beat me and give me the sign to sell my car. So of course what I did was I had him stand in front of his car with the sign that he made for me, and I took a picture of him for you guys so you guys can see what he looks like. Here he is. So the next race was with a Corvette C7. It was a Z51 package, and you know, I kept the car on pump gas. I was filled to the brim on pump gas because the GTR owner wanted me to fill up on pump gas in front of him so him and all his buddies can see that I was indeed on 93 octane. So the car was full of 93 octane when I ran the Vette. So basically I meet up with this Vette and we run. I mean, how fast can a Vette be with heads cam and some little bit of nitrous, right? It can't be that fast. Well, it can be that fast. And I was wrong, because this thing was an absolute beast. Unfortunately, I did not have my GoPros with me, and he did not have his GoPros with him, so we were not able to capture the races on camera. He beat me by about 1 car length when I was on pump gas, but it's the manner of how he beat me that really made me realize that I need race gas to run with this car. Even though he only beat me by 1 car, but when he went by me quick. So I knew that I had nothing for him on pump gas and that we would need to get Pablo in the driver's seat with race gas to see how the cars stack up. But luckily he did have his draggy on, and that car was flying. I could not believe how fast this car was. It went 60 to 130 in 5.29 seconds in 4,000 DA. That's fast. So I came home, I drove around all week to get the 93 out of the tank, filled up with 109, we met again, and we ran. Here's the footage. All right, so those were the races, and they were really interesting to me. And the reason why is because it proved that you cannot look at draggy time slips and race them on the street, right? It doesn't work that way. Just because these two cars are within a tenth, literally a tenth of one another, it doesn't mean that they're going to be within a fender on the streets. The thing about it is that the 911 Turbo S is so consistent. It's just so good. You know, all these cars like the 911 Turbo S, the Nissan GTR, the Lamborghini Huracan, all these all-wheel drive, dual clutch transmission cars, they're just so good and they do everything right every single time. So if you're racing another car that's really, really close in performance to you, if that car doesn't perform perfectly every single time, then it doesn't matter how close the draggy slips are, the race on the street is gonna show different, as you guys saw in these races. All right, so what do you guys think of these races? Let me know in the comments below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you stay tuned for more footage. I'm waiting for the Huracan to come back. I know I've been saying this for a long time, but I promise that car's gonna be back soon. We got the motor together and it's in the car. We just have to get the turbo kit back on and get the tuning, and hopefully, I don't know, 2 weeks max, I'll get it back. We'll see what happens. Stay tuned, put your notifications on, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.